just can't jump on something and do something. It takes 10 other things to get ready to do the one thing that you want to do. So like this, every time you get on something, it's got a flat tire. Tractor's got a flat tire. Some's got a dead battery. The caster wheels on the zero turns always got flat tires. You gotta go get gas. You gotta go get diesel. Like 10 things you gotta do just to do one thing. Alright, finally got the mower on. Now you know why farmers have multiple tractors, so they just leave one hooked up and they don't have to play with that. Now the next thing, my bolts are loose on my bush hog, on the mower. So I got it propped up on the disc there. I'm gonna get under there and see if I can tighten this up. Alright, we're gonna start this new food plot here. There's the tower we put up last month, and all this brown grass you see here, all the way down to this corner. I'm going to try to, there was multiple ways I could have done this. Look at this, it's so thick. It's got all kind of stuff in there, mostly weeds, grass. There is some clover and all mixed in here, but it's so thick I can't even use a mower. I have to use a brush hog. I could have just walked through it and broadcast some brassica seeds, and hopefully they would have made it down to the dirt, and then went over it with Roundup and killed it, and then came by and tried to knock it down, almost like a no-till method, but it's too thick. I don't think the seeds would have hit dirt, so I think I was wasting my time if I did it that way. So what I'm going to do is old school. I'm going to mow it close to the ground as possible. After I mow it, I'm going to spread lime. I've got a ton of lime, granulated lime, pellet lime. I'm going to come back and put a whole bunch of lime in it. Then I'm going to run the disc to try to mix that lime in it. And then I'm going to put the seeds in. It won't be pure dirt. Well, actually, after I put the seeds in, I'll hit it with Roundup, and then I'll put the seeds in. I'll put the seeds in last. So I'll disc it with the lime. Then I'll hit it all with Roundup to kill anything that's still connected to its roots. And then I'll come by and put the seeds in. All right, so let's get started with that. It's tough mowing this. I keep seeing little deer beds all in here. I'm afraid of mowing over a little fawn hiding in the grass, so it's going to take longer than I thought. All right, all the mowing's done. That sticking took me all day. It took forever to cut that. Man, what a job. Well, anyway, I went back, got the buggy, got my spreader. I got 16 bags of lime here. I'll probably have 3 trips. The rest of it's down at the house. I've got 16 bags there. That holds 400 pounds. So I can put 8 bags. So I figure it's 2 trips each time I go down to the house and get some. So I'm just going to spread this lime. I decided I'm going to spread the lime first. And then I'm going to come back and hit it with Roundup and kill it. And then I'll have to come back, I guess, in a couple weeks and give it a light disking and get that seed down. Yeah, second load's about done. This is the lime. It's crazy how this stuff works. This neutralizes your soil. Everybody's like, did you do a soil test? Do a soil test. Well, guess what? It's never a 7. So just put some lime down. It's not a 7. So I don't even need to do a soil. I know it's not a 7. So when I got the money, I'll just buy the lime and put it down. Oh, and I got the sprayer. So I'm going up and down. This is my 3rd tank full. I'm not going to film it because it's kind of boring. I'm just driving back and forth and spraying. I've sprayed this whole bottom half already. And I don't know if I missed some, overlapped some. It's just so, I try to find the tire tracks, but between mowing the grass and the buggy with the sprayer, I'm just going to have to wait 2 weeks to see what we have. This is all I've got left, is this 1 tank. That Roundup is $100 a bottle. So I don't think I'm going to have enough to cover this whole field. So I think I'm going to make I'm going to spray the center. I'll get a nice square right out of the center all the way up to the woods there. And come back in 2 weeks and see what I got. Now, there's a lot of grass here. There's a lot of thatch. If this Roundup doesn't work to get this back into to get this to a nice food plot, I've done it before, down where I have my orchard. I didn't spray anything. I just mowed it, and eventually it kills out all the big weeds. And I spread clover all into it. And the clover eventually chokes out. Like, say, here's a little patch of clover here already. A little patch of clover will start taking over and choking out all the other weeds. Here's some red clover. So here's some red clover right here, and there's some white clover. And if you just buy a bag of clover here and there and just throw it down and just keep it mowed, you eventually will have, I don't know how it does it, nature just does it, it'll just turn into grass and clover and you won't have any weeds anymore. So if I can't get this down to bare dirt and till it and plant it with the tools I have, that'll be my option. If I can get it to a nice field of clover, it'll be so much easier to work with, and I could just do it little by little. But we're gonna give it a shot here. Well, it's been a couple weeks. The Roundup worked. I missed a couple spots. You can see some green out there right in the middle. And up there, up the top there. And I didn't have enough Roundup to do that left side there and then that right side. I might do that today. But all this brown, it's got a lot of grass in there still. I wanted to cut this with the mower again now that it's dead, but the mower's being used somewhere else. So I'm going to try to disc this. I got my little old tractor, my 40-year-old tractor with the little disc on it, and I'm going to see if I can disc this with the dead grass. And I'm just going to plant, I think I'm just going to put Brassicas in here, so I don't need to get like 6 inches deep of fluffy dirt. I just got to get some cracks in this grass here so some seeds can get down to the dirt. So it doesn't have to be a perfectly plowed and disc and flattened field. I just got to get some dirt exposed here. So that's what I'm going to try. Check out my latest invention. I got a pressure treated 2x4, got a flange, lag bolted in. This is all galvanized. I got a 12-inch piece of pipe, threaded it onto the flange. I'm going to get U-bolts and U-bolt this onto the actual frame of the disc. I'm going to put one in the front and then I'll put one in the back eventually, but this is the trial run with the ratchet straps. And what I'm going to do here, try to weigh it down. It's a 45. I'll probably break my ratchet straps. I should have put the ratchet straps underneath. And just slide weights on there. Once I permanently attach it on there without the ratchet straps, I can take these on and off whenever I need them, just to get some even weight on here. So that's 90. And then I got another, what, 50 pounds here. Probably bounce the crap out of that and break that ratchet strap underneath there, but we'll see if this works. Digs it down deeper. The disc is working, but there's so much grass that it's only going in a few inches and really flipping up grass. I got to get it down to the dirt. Now, if the tractor can't lift it, I can take the weights off and put them on once I'm out in the field. See if it can lift that. Oh yeah, shoot, that's no problem. All right, let's go back to that field. You can see the first line right there with the disc in without any weight. It is flipping stuff up there. Let's check it out now. Here we go. All disked up. That took all day. All day, man. First I just did this back and forth long, and then I went across this way to get this, the left and right done. But man, at first I was going up and down, back and forth, keeping it nice and pretty. And by the time to end, I was just crisscross applesauce. But it's not bad. Going from a grass field, I just mowed it, then Roundup, and then just straight disking. I mean, it's not bad. You know, if it wasn't for the clumps of grass in there, it would just be dirt. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. That joke's not even funny anymore nowadays, how crazy it is. But I think we're going to get some contact with some dirt here. I mean, the grass you see, I think that's within 2 days. I think that's all going to dry up, and this is just going to look like dirt. I can kind of tell the green, where the green spots were. Like right there, and back way up the top up there. So there is some grass that still has some roots into the ground, but for the most part, I think it did pretty good, that disc. Well, what I got now, we're going to finish this job. I've got my little spreader here. I've got 2 bags of fertilizer. I've got one 50-pound bag of soybeans. Now, it is the middle of July, and it's a little late to be planting soybeans here, but I've got this bag, and instead of letting it sit over winter in the garage, and then the germination rate probably would drop by the time next year, I'm just going to put them in. If they get 6 inches tall, I don't care. Just to put them in the ground. And then I've got collard greens and then some purple top turnips. That's my mix from before. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread the seeds first. Yeah, see, here's my mix. So I think I'm going to spread the seeds first. I'll just walk this. And then after that, I'll put the fertilizer in the spreader and I'll drive over top of it. And it'll compact some of it as I'm putting the fertilizer in. This is triple 15. They didn't have any triple 19, so. So that's 200 pounds there. This hopper can hold 400 pounds. And I think I'm just going to open the gates just a little bit here. Let's try that. Just crack it open. Try to get this 200 to last. Man, this whole thing, I don't know. Get as much as I can, I guess. All right, we're going to call this a wrap. I'm up here at the top, looking down now. All done. I think I got, you can see the lines from the buggy. I think I got pretty good coverage with that fertilizer before I ran out. So it spread it pretty good. So what I did is along the bottom, left to right is all soybeans. And then I put half collard greens and half purple top turnips, the whole thing, even over top of the soybeans in case the soybeans didn't grow. So it's basically a whole plot of brassicas with maybe some soybeans down the bottom if they grow. And I don't know how big this is. It might be a few acres if I did it all that grass there and the mowed grass all the way up to the barn down there, but just with this dirt, I don't know. This will be the first time I did a plot just for brassica, so you can see it's really dry up here. This is a hill. You can't tell on camera, but this is completely uphill. It's the side of a hill. I guess you can see there from left to right. So it's really dry here. So it's a little bit early, but it gets cold up here fast. So I know a lot of guys don't plant brassicas until, was it Labor Day, somewhere around there? But I don't know. I still got a lot left over. I got half a bag of each one. So I wanted to give them more time to grow. And if it doesn't work, I'll just come by and I'll just a few weeks from now, if nothing's coming up, I'll put some more in and see what happens. And my plan is, if this doesn't work, I'll put oats in. Oats is my go-to. My late season food is oats. A lot of guys they'll say put in winter wheat or winter rye. The problem I found with that is in the springtime, when you want to do your food plots, you got to get rid of it. You got to round up, you got to disc it, or you got to do something to it. So oats, if you plant oats in the fall, it grows, it'll get like 6 inches tall and they'll mow it down. But when you come back in the spring, there's nothing there. It's dirt. So you don't have to deal with that extra step of getting rid of something. Like they say, oh, you want some food, first green up in the spring. Nope, I don't want nothing. When I come to do my spring food plots, I learned my lesson. I want dirt. I want dirt. And actually, this fall food plot now, in the summertime, no way, man. This is crazy. It's way hot out here. I think I'm gonna do like spring food plots, like corn. Like spend all my time in the spring doing corn, and then I'm done. So maybe I'll mix it. Like I was thinking here, because I mowed this already, this green, and clover's coming up. You can kind of see like there's white and red clover. Like once you mow a field, the clover kind of like has a chance to grow. So I might rotate corn and clover back and forth, because it's just so much easier than all this other stuff. This working out here in the sun in the summertime, doing this stuff all day, this is a lot. I think a springtime food plot, plant it, come to it when it's dirt. You don't want to have to start off, like I said, getting rid of buckwheat or getting rid of your rye or getting rid of your wheat. No-till drawn, none. I just want to come to dirt, maybe have to drive over it with Roundup, scratch it up a bit, and plant, and be done for the year. That's it. All right, well, this is a wrap. We're going to come back to that. I think I'm going to get a camera, and I'm going to mount a camera somewhere around here. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Maybe I'll screw it to the barn down there. That way I can look left and right. And I'll keep an eye on this. Hopefully we get some rain.